Hey, what's happening, Disney viewers? Me, the Guy01, and welcome to this week's versus episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's the Ultimate Warrior against Mark Henry. It is our weekly birthday versus. We had 3 birthdays this week. We had Mark Henry's birthday, June 12th, he turned 51. We had Bailey's birthday. Yeah, remember Bailey? Her birthday was June 15th, she turned 33. And it was Ultimate Warrior's birthday, June 16th. He would have been 63. Now, before we actually get into Raw and Smackdown, we should probably address what's going on in the business world of WWE. Earlier this week, it was announced that Vince McMahon had voluntarily stepped down as CEO and chairman of WWE, and that Stephanie had taken his place as the interim CEO, meaning she's only filling the spot until they find his permanent replacement. Now, this comes as Vince McMahon and WWE are being investigated for potential hush money that they had paid out over some certain misdemeanors that Vince and the company had committed in the past, mainly Vince. So while they're being investigated over this, Vince steps down, and then the next day announces that he, or maybe even same day, announces that he will actually appear on Smackdown. So that brought a lot of attention to yesterday's show. Now, how much of this was also, influenced by all the backlash from the whole Sasha Banks and Naomi thing, all the backlash they got from that, I don't know, because that was another thing that happened this week. Apparently, Sasha Banks is officially fired from WWE. Now, I haven't heard anything on Naomi. It could be that they were both officially fired the same day, but no one just reported on it because Sasha Banks is the bigger star, or Sasha's the only one who's been officially fired so far. But WWE got a lot of heat on themselves because they said that the reasoning for it was because they were being unprofessional, and that got a lot of people upset, calling them unprofessional. So let's jump into Raw real quick. Jimmy Uso beat Montez Ford. And that's another thing. I think one of the reasons they're kind of holding off on firing Naomi is because she's married to one of the Usos. I honestly forget which one. I know that's bad of me, but, there's some guys who, if they fire her, who knows what the response from the Usos will be. And, not just the Usos, but Roman Reigns, who, is their cousin. And, that's family you're dealing with there, and, WWE is going to be very cautious about doing anything to upset Roman Reigns, because he's one guy they really can't risk losing. In match between Dana Brooke and Becky Lynch for the 24/7 title. Yep, Becky Lynch is challenging for the 24/7 title. Great. Well, it turns out Becky Lynch didn't actually care about challenging for the title, as she shouldn't, and instead attacked Dana Brooke before the match, because she just wanted someone to beat up that day, so she went with Dana. Uh-oh. Boom. So yeah, Becky Lynch attacked Dana. This brought out Asuka to save Dana Brooke and brawl with Becky Lynch. Well, I'm glad they're not actually taking, Lynch challenging for the 24/7 title seriously. I'm glad they just did it as she needed someone to fight. Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan beat Piper Niven and Nikki Cross. Ezekiel beat Kevin Owens. MVP beat... What the... Seth? Ow. Why Seth? What does Seth have to do with Ultimate Warrior Mark Henry? Mark Henry must have had like a run-in ability. Ugh. Uh-oh. Ow. No. Ah. Oh, Warrior missed. Ow. So yeah, MVP destroyed Cedric Alexander in like a minute, which I don't know what the plan there is there. I mean, if anyone should be putting anyone over, it should be MVP. I mean, he's not going to be challenging for any titles soon, so he's really got nothing to lose. At least I hope he doesn't challenge for any titles. Oh, he's busted open. Let's open him up more. Off the middle. Ow. Again. Ooh. Seth Rollins beat AJ Styles to qualify for Money in the Bank. Matt Riddle beat Tommaso Ciampa. Chad Gable beat Mustafa Ali. Veer beat Rey Mysterio. And the final segment of the night was a pose down between Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. Okay. Kind of weird. I mean, that's weird for one thing, because it's, you know, like a mid-card feud for that to be the final segment, but then also to have it be just a pose down, that's like also weird. Okay. I mean, if anything, I feel like the Seth and AJ match should have been the main event. I mean, two main eventers, main event like spot, like they're fighting for a spot in the main event of a pay-per-view. That seems more main event worthy than a pose down between two guys challenging for a mid-card title. I don't know, that's just me. And going on to Smackdown. So, as I said earlier, Vince McMahon announced that he would be making an appearance on Smackdown, and he didn't wait. He was the first segment of the show. He came out, cut a promo, and yeah, it wasn't really anything to talk about. I mean, it was probably one of, if not his weakest promos, like, ever. He really said nothing. He didn't do like a big goodbye thing, or thank you for all the years of whatever kind of thing. He didn't address, you know, stepping down. He didn't address, you know, the investigation, which, I mean, I don't know why people were expecting him to. I mean, you know he'd never bring that up. But yeah, it wasn't really anything. He got a decent reaction from the crowd, which, I don't know what that really says, considering the whole reason of why he's stepping down, or at least why we can assume he's stepping down. It could just be he realizes that he's too old to be doing this anymore. I don't know what caused him to reach that realization, of all things. But yeah. So, continuing with Smackdown. Get in my ring. Madcap Moss beat Baron Corbin. The New Day beats Jinder Mahal and Shanky after distracting Shanky with music. I'm not even kidding. Adam Pearce announces that Sheamus will be the one out of him and Drew to qualify for Money in the Bank. This sparked a brawl, and Adam Pearce to change his mind and also add Drew. So I don't know if this adds a additional person to that match, or if it just means that there will be one less qualification match. Raquel Rodriguez beat Shayna Baszler to qualify for Money in the Bank. And in the main event, a much better main event than what Raw had, Roman Reigns beat Matt Riddle to retain the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. It was actually a pretty competitive match. There were actually a few moments where, you know, you actually kind of questioned, would Riddle actually upset Roman and win? He of course didn't. Roman won, meaning that Riddle can no longer challenge Reigns for the title. So, and if you thought that was going to be like the biggest revelation of the night, you were gladly mistaken, because right after that match, Brock Lesnar returned and took out the Bloodline, signaling that Brock Lesnar would be Reigns' next challenger in next feud, which I'm cool with. So we had Vince's return, a world title match, and Lesnar's return. Yeah, Smackdown was definitely a better show than Raw was. Ooh. Ooh used his own move against him. So let me know what you guys think about this whole Vince McMahon thing, the whole, like, everything. Sasha and Naomi, the investigation, stepping down. What do you think about Stephanie being, you know, the new CEO for a time? How do you think that's gonna go? Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I make new videos all the time. I cannot speak today, but then again, can I ever speak? Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to stay tuned for next week's Versus, and next week where we continue our LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes walkthrough. Yes, we finally started it. After saying I was going to start it for the last 2 weeks, we finally began the series, and I'm already flooded with nostalgia. I'm already having a great time with that game. It's just such a fun game, such a game that I have a very close connection to, as I mentioned before in that video. This will actually be my 4th time playing through it, like from beginning to end. So yeah, let's just say I've had my experience with that game. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for next week. DC Guy01 and the Ultimate Warrior signing out. Bye guys.